Hello and welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, also known as Naturally Nitty, and my thing went dark. This is episode 296.
Yes, and I'm Allena, also known as Star Knits. Today is September 12th. This is our monthly podcast. If this is your first time watching, welcome. If you're a returning watcher or listener, thanks for coming back.
Yes.
It's been a month or two. You can find all of our show notes at the Weasley Sisters podcast.wordpress.com.
So, grab a chair, grab your knitting, pull up a chair, and craft along with us. Sorry. Yes, I'm out of practice too.
Okay, so Mojo, do you have any finished objects? Knitting?
I do, actually. I don't think I shared them with us last time because it was on the whips. So I on our show notes, that is. So I had finished
It's been since July.
I thought we did August.
We did not.
Are you sure? Because I had a link from August to a StreamYard.
Nope.
Anyways, I made this little baby bonnet.
That's so cute.
I had a baby, a little girl. This is like blue. It looks blue, but it's got like blues and purples in it. And then so that was like a bigger size, probably more like 6-month size. So then I made a smaller one. And for this one, I just like put a little strap and a button on it.
That's cute.
Instead of ties. And it goes along with, which I've showed in the past, like a little 5-hour baby sweater. I actually need to give it to her because she had the baby late August, I believe. Anyways, so that's that. My phone keeps going dark with my show notes. I also made this flax cardigan. It's a 1-year size. Let me go back.
That's so cool.
You know, the classic flax. I made this because I had leftover yarn after making this blanket. It's just like textured. This one is called Molly's Blankie on Ravelry. If you're interested, super easy. Didn't have to look at the pattern all the time. And then I also made this is a knit baby jacket.
That's so cute.
Sweater set is like how you would it like came, I think it was like a hat or maybe leggings or something. I don't know. I just made the jacket. So yeah, so I made all these because we found out we're going to be grandparents. So that's why all the neutrals, okay? Because we didn't know what the baby's going to be.
That's so exciting.
So yeah. So that's all these things that I made. Got my mojo back, and I've been knitting like crazy. It's been fun. So yeah. Let me see. I think that's all my mojo.
Okay. I have some mojo.
Yes.
So I finished a Talara cowl. I have to show you pictures because it's for the shop. So let me get there. So there's a new yarn in the shop. It's called Talara, and then someone wrote a pattern for a cowl, and it uses 3 colors. So it like kind of like can fade up. Mm-hmm. And you can't tell in the picture, but I held paliettes or paliettes with it. So it's like a sequin yarn. And so it's like the sparkliest ever. But it's the Talara is like a chain, almost like an I-cord yarn, and it's 100% baby llama. But I made that for the shops to have, in the shop. So I finished that. I also finished these socks. I have to sew in the ends, but they're finished. So these were my purse socks that I was just carrying around, and I finished them and I bound them off. I just have to sew in the ends, but they're basically done. So this is using Wacky Sacky yarn, the Absurd Aqua colorway. So like it does the things by itself. So I have about this much left over.
Nice.
And when we last talked, I was making a boho top with this cotton yarn, but I wasn't liking it and I had to rip out. So I ripped it all the way out, and then I just found myself not wanting to make it. So in the meantime, T and Cunningham came out with this silkberry pattern, and I finished it. It's better. So that's all, though. That's all that I have for Mojo. So now we're moving on to whips. I can just keep talking. My whips are, let me find them. So I pulled out my, I think Jessica might be paused or like in a pause section. Anyways, I pulled out my glass houses and I started working on it again. I'm almost done. Hopefully she can get back. And so this one was a knit along that we did at the Fox River Fibers. I'm on like the second to last chart. So after this chart, there's one more chart. So that's what I'm working on. That's one of my works in progress. Another one of my works in progress is I teach beginner crochet at the shop. And years ago, like 15 years ago, I wrote this pattern to teach. So like you make like all the squares and then you join it together, and like the class just walks you through like reading a pattern, all the crochet stitches, and the last one teaches you how to join and just your basic crochet knowledge. So I am making up a shop sample of that, and also adjusting the pattern a little bit because it is a little old. So that's something I'm working on. And then just also so that I have like a sample in the shop so that people can see when they sign up. I also started with the hand spun, the mashup I did with the knits and pearls and the hip strings fiber. I'm using that, and I'm using some other DK yarn, and I'm making the Albers vest. So I started it, and it's a little tangly right now because I just threw it in there. So I started it, and it's like really good. And I even swatched. Ooh. I'll show you a picture. So that's what it is.
That's cool.
You see if I can. Oh yeah. Let me see. There we go. So the Albers vest. It's just called Albers. So, so the yellow in the picture is what will be the green in mine, and then mine will be blue and purple. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's all my works in progress right now.
Very cool. I have also a pair of purse socks that are almost done, and they are also out of wacky sacky yarn, only in a different colorway. But I do not have them right here to show you.
Because they're on your purse, right?
They are. I forgot to grab them. But hopefully the next time we podcast, they'll be done. Like I seriously only need like another inch or so on the leg. But then I also started this blanket.
Ooh, I like that.
It's I think it's called Ziggy Zag blanket. I forget where, or maybe it's just Zigzag. A Zigzag baby blanket. I don't think I could link to it on Ravelry. I found it like it popped up on Facebook, and it's like, you ever see like those free patterns, like, and you like click on it, and I went to the site and I found it, but it wouldn't like connect to Ravelry for some weird reason. Like a lot of times most things are always on there, but it wasn't. So I just made it up, I think, or like put it in my comments or something. I forget what I did. Anyways, this is what I'm doing. I'm using some cupcake yarn that I had in my stash, but I'm almost done with this ball. And it's Line Brand. It's just from Joann's. But this thing is like out of it's discontinued, this yarn. Like, so I have some other colorways, so I might just like keep going and it'll be a crazy colorful blanket. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or I might try and see if they still have some. I bought it quite a while ago, so I don't know. I just haven't been to the store. We've been crazy busy. But I'm making it pink because we found out that the baby's going to be a girl. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
So I thought they weren't finding out, but that's cool.
They weren't, and then they did, and then they were gonna like have a gender reveal party, and then they decided not to, and like told everyone like within a few days, which actually Joe knew like a couple days before me even, so I was a little salty about that. Just kidding, I wasn't. But yeah, so I was like, yay, now I can hit all the cute little girly things. Hence why I'm making that. So next on my list is, and I'm trying to use up stash, which I don't have a ton of like washable baby yarn stash, I'll say. Not that I'm opposed to wool. I love wool, but for a new baby, I feel like it needs to be able to be washed easily for them anyways. If it was myself, that'd be a little different. But so I'm trying to use
babies pee and poop and puke on everything. And when you are a new mom, you're so tired, you don't have time to hand wash anything.
Right.
So like, washable is key.
I know, but I love wool, so I'm like, I have so, and I have a ton in my stash, but I'm like, it should really be machine washable as much as possible. So I'm trying to like use up stash, but also make cute things. So yeah, so now I need to go and find some more things to make. But yeah, so that's basically all I've been working on recently. That and the socks. The socks are like on my purse, and I do those whenever. And then this is like at home, but it's a pretty simple pattern, but it's super cute. And I like it.
That is cute.
That's it. That's all I got. Spin me right round. I do have some spinning. When I went to, what did we go to? Michigan Sheep and Wool Festival?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I made up some Rolags out of some fiber I had, and I was spinning that. I have not spun since then. But I did that. I wonder if I have the actual legs in here. No, I didn't even take them out of the other thing. But yeah, I did a good amount of spinning there. It was fun. I hadn't spun in so long. I feel like I've been so crazy busy that like I just haven't. But I want to spin more. I've also been making a lot more Rolags. I took them with me to Michigan Sheep and Wool and sold them at Allena's booth. So that was fun. But I think that's all spinning wise.
Okay.
What about you?
I have, let me scroll down real quick. So I finished a fractal mashup that I started, and let me show you the picture of the fiber that I spun. So I started it when we were on our vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just find it. I took pictures of it somewhere. I got a new phone, so now my pictures are all screwed up. It really annoys me.
Oh, I wonder if I didn't write down the stuff I spun there, because that was I cannot think. What was that? Tour de Fleece, right?
Yeah. So July, the end of July. Yeah, it was Tour de Fleece. Okay. I don't know where it is. Anyway.
I don't know.
So they were 3 skeins or hanks of yarn. And oh, here they are. So I don't know. So we're from Forest Folk Fibers, which is Danielle, who works at the yarn store with me. She dyes fiber and yarn and spins it for sale. So I bought 2 from her. And then that dark one is a Malabrigo noob, which if you've ever spun it, it's always very compacted and felted. And it was like a nightmare. So we were on vacation and I'm like, trying to get it so I didn't have like a steamer to steam it open. So I was like really working at it and hating it a lot. Anyways, so I spun the noob by itself and then I split the May colorway from Totoro. I split it into 8 and then I split the other colorway, I don't have a picture of it, into like 16. And then I spun it up and this is what I got.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I got 15 wraps per inch. And oops. I got 2. I'm like, let me see how many yards. 284 plus. I have to like see. I have it all written down, but not together. So I got about like 612 yards between the 2 skeins. So it turned out really nice and just lovely. I love it a lot. I don't know. It's kind of washed out on the screen, but it's like beautiful.
Oh, it's pretty.
So I finished that and then I spun some CVM for the shop. A guy contacted Heather about like he sent some samples and she asked if I would spin it because at that time she wasn't spinning really. But now she is. I just want you to know. So I spun up it's some CVM. It wasn't in colors that I really liked, but I spun it up. I just did a simple 2-ply. I just spun it. Maybe I spun it fractally. I don't remember. So that is also at the shop. And then I started another spin. I started one part in Michigan, and it's like I didn't take a picture of it, but it's like the fiber I got from Sherwood Forest Farms last year at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, like 2 big bumps. So I got one, it's like called Mermaid something, and it's like blues and pinks. And then the other one is green and it's like bright green and it's called Parakeet. And I was spinning that at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool last weekend. And then I have one more braid of fiber from Knits and Pearls. And I'm going to spin those all together because apparently I'm just spinning 3 things together lately. Like that's what I'm doing.
Your go-to.
Yeah, I guess. So that's what I'm just doing. That's how I'm mashing up things right now.
That works.
So, yeah, because it's like I don't have plans to spin for a sweater, but I want to like spin through some of my fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just joining 3 up together. Mainly it's because I'm like going through, I'm like, oh, that looks good. Oh, that would look good. Oh, this goes good. And that's what I do.
Well, and two, like you don't always like knit things that are just one skein. So like you kind of want a larger quantity of yardage. So that's
Yeah.
why I do
So
that.
like this Alber's tank, the main I'm calling it a tank, but it's really like a vest. The main color calls for, I just have to find that page. It calls for 561 yards. So this mashup that I spun, it was like 600. I got like 600 and something. Like, so it was enough for me to knit the whole thing with like the main color being my hand spun. And then I just added some DK yarn that I have in my collection. So yeah, so I don't know. That's just what I'm doing. So that's the only spinning that I have. I haven't started. I need to take pictures of the stuff I started. And let me just tell you this, the Sherwood Forest Farms, they're from Sherwood,
Forest?
Wisconsin.
Just kidding.
No, they're from Sherwood, Wisconsin. So that's why they're Sherwood Forest Farms, which is so cool. It's like his sheep. I talked to him this year too, because I wanted to make sure I went and talked to him because it is amazingly lovely to spin, and it's like a BFL Teeswater
Oh,
and something else. Like the sheeps are like a blend of those breeds.
oh, okay.
And he had fleeces, and I was gonna go back and buy it, but I was really busy on Sunday, so I didn't. Surprisingly, I was busy on Sundays. I didn't get over there to buy a fleece. Um, Unlike Michigan, I bought a fleece, which I forgot to talk about that. I'll pull that out. But anyways, I was gonna go buy one of the fleeces because it was like his blend, and it just spins so lovely. I will show pictures next time, or I will show it next time. Hopefully, I'll be done with it next time. But it's just I'm loving it. It's like soft and it is beautiful. Anyway, yeah, you can check my Instagram because maybe I'll post a picture of it. Maybe. I have other things that I have been doing. So, anyways, yeah, now I'm just talking. So, have you been binging on anything?
I started listening to the Mercy Thompson series. Well, actually, excuse me. The whole like Mercyverse. So like I did Alpha and Omega and Cry Wolf and Hunting Ground, and then I started in
Yeah.
on Mercy Thompson, like in the order of like the whole universe. I'll say. Because when we were on our trip together, you were talking about it, and I was like, I haven't listened to that in a long time, so I'm like re-jumping into that, and that's like my downtime after at night, and I knit a little bit and listen to that. So I've been kind of plowing through those, but show wise, no, not really. We've just like I don't know, we haven't. It's life has been crazy lately. I feel like summer went so fast and like ended so fast. And
Yeah.
I don't know. We're already like we're in our 4th week of school already. So
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
Um, I have been just listening to all kinds of books and not really any series. Though I do need to do the Mercy Thompson because I still haven't listened to her newest one. So maybe I'll do that. But I did finish watching the last season of Umbrella Academy,
Oh,
and I'm really digging it. I really liked it. I kind of liked it and kind of didn't. Like it was like the last season, so there was no more.
they like
And
ended
then
it.
yeah, and then um
Oh,
I've been watching Bones. I really haven't been binging much. I've been like going through books like crazy because I've been trying to sew
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Joe and I started watching, so it's very randomly, and like when we actually have time together to watch a show where a child doesn't like protest. But we have been watching Rings of Power on, was that Disney?
Max.
Max?
Oh, Amazon Prime.
I don't know what it's on.
Prime.
Anyways, yeah, so we've been watching that. We're a couple episodes into that.
So we are watching that too, but we're watching the second season.
We just started. We're on the first.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. Like he works first shift, but he like leaves by, is it 4 or 4:30? I don't know. Like so like, you know, by the time nighttime rolls around, like for us both to like stay up and like watch something. So it's usually like once a week or something that we watch it. But
yeah,
still it's good. But yeah, I don't know. Life is crazy busy. Is that, are we on
yeah.
random
So we can,
randomness?
yeah, randomness.
I just
So
said like summer went so fast. Like I'm so sad that it's over. I am excited for fall weather because I do like the cooler weather because we had a broken air conditioner, so I'm like excited about that. But it went so fast, and our garden was so crappy this year. So like I don't even have that kind of stuff to look forward to. We had a good amount of like cucumbers in the garden, but then those died off, and like deer came and ate them, and like I don't know. We've had zucchini, like it just like not a lot of stuff. Like usually we're like flush in tomatoes and I'm making sauce and salsa and we're eating them like crazy fresh. Like that is not the case. Like we've had a couple here there. It's like sad and weird. But yeah, school started. I'm working in the kitchen in the school, so that's good and crazy. But good. Just tiring. I don't know. I'm just tired. That's what I feel like.
I know I kept saying, oh, in the summer, I can do all these things and catch up on all this stuff. And that never happened. It never ever happened. And then school started up again for Andy, like work. And I'm still like, when is it going to slow down? It's not. I'm just like, the new normal is crazy busy. So I had Michigan Fiber Festival and Jessica came with me for that. And that was a lot of fun. I really like that festival. It's a fun one. And then just last weekend was Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, and that's another fun one. And that was crazy. So I am now in the get ready for the next one, which is next weekend in Minnesota, the Yarn Over. They're like knitting guild day of knitting in Minneapolis, I think. And then in October, I think I'm going to be doing a trunk show at Spry Whimsy in Stoughton for the Madtown Shop Hop when they do their yarn crawl. And then that's October. And then in November, I have, I just signed up for this one. It's in Green Bay. It's called the All Fiber Arts Retreat. And I will link to it in the show notes. It's just like a weekend at a hotel. Like they booked the like banquet hall or whatever, and you just come and then you can hang out and there's classes and then there's all kinds of stuff. So I heard about it at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool. So that's all the stuff that they have. So this is when it is. And it's in Green Bay. So I'll hold this up so if you can scan it. Then you can go to it. But also like I booked a room but the room block is out. Like they sold out. You know how? But anyway, so I booked a room with 2 queen beds, which I need to check my email and see if they sent me the confirmation. Anyway, so that's going to be fun. And then at the end of November, I have the craft fair at Fox River Fibers, which is always fun. So I have a lot of stuff going on, but it's good because I was kind of like not stressing, but like worried. Like I didn't have any shows for October. And you know, as a small business, you kind of want to like stay busy and like, you know, do stuff. So yeah, but yeah, the Spry Whimsy trunk show sounds a lot of fun. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just talking. So that's what's going on at my house.
Awesome.
Yeah, which is why I've been like listening to all the books. So I like got not sucked in, but like, you know, like Audible will do like you can get so many months for cheap. So I got it when it was 99 cents. So I have been listening to like books that they have in their catalog. So it's kind of like Kindle Unlimited. So that's why I've been like not really doing series. I've been kind of just doing books. So yeah. Anyways, I'm surprised that we can get through a half an hour when we've skipped a month.
I know, it's because I don't have all that much stuff. I used to like craft so much, but I feel like I've just been so crazy and busy, and the kids are, I don't know, I'm just
yeah
not as crafty. Or I'm still crafting, but just not as much. I don't know.
Oh, I know what I forgot to talk about. Okay. So at Michigan, I got a fleece. It's a CVM fleece. It's so pretty. But we had the Wandering You yarn crawl. So this was 2 years ago, the bag.
Okay.
So I worked most of it at Fox River Fibers is where I work. But on Sunday, we went to some. So I went to the Grafton yarn store, which is the oldest yarn store in Wisconsin. And it's in Grafton. And it's like right by the Collectivo that we always stop at when we're coming up to visit you.
Well,
and I
like
never knew
like where Costco is.
Yeah, but like more in the cutesy part of town. So it's an old mill, like it used to be a wool mill. It's really cool. Anyways, so I got some yarn there. I got this yarn to make I have a shirt, like a cover up by Tony Lipsy. It's like crocheted. But I'm gonna make it like I'm gonna modify it so it's just like a shirt length, not like dress length. So I did the math and this should be enough. So this is Ella Ray. And it's a DK, right? Yeah, 3. It's a merino polymade, whatever polymade is. But yeah, so it's like tweedy. I don't know if you can see the tweediness. So yeah, these are what I'm using for that. And so I got that. So then I also went to Fiber Fever, which is right in Milwaukee. And they are actually where they were during the yarn crawl. They have now like moved down the street to a bigger space. And from them, I got this Malabrigo Arroyo, which our shop carries Malabrigo, but not this kind. So I got this one, Seahorse, and I was wearing these glasses and everyone was like, because I was buying, you know, what I like, and they're like, oh, you match your glasses. I'm like, yeah, I like. Anyway, so I bought this one from Fiber Fever. And then I also got a tin, which I think it's in this bag, which I already put into use. So I got this cute little sheepy tin. So I like have, my stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then I went to, first at our shop, we had Amanda from Critical Sheep as a trunk show, and she has mystery packs where you just buy a bag and you don't know what's in it. So I opened it, and this is what I got. It's like her new yarn. So it's a worsted, but it's like with the like black. Anyway, so it's like a purple color. So yeah. So that's what was in mine. And then the last thing we went to was because Andy came with me that Sunday. The Knitting Nook, it's also in Milwaukee area. It's Mequon, actually. And I bought a lotion bar. I know, surprise. But it smelled really good. It was like a local person who made it. And then I got this yarn, Regia, and it's like super fluorescent. Because Heather has a sock knitting machine, and she's going to bring it into the shop and then teach me and other workers how to use it so we can do like sock cranking for people. And so I got this for Andy to make him socks, because like, would you wear the fluorescent socks if I knit them? But I'm not going to really knit them. I'm going to crank them. And he said yes. So there you go. Anyways, so that was a lot of fun. Like, I kind of did a mini yarn crawl, so I got to visit some yarn shops on a Sunday, because most of the time they're not open. But anyway, that was a lot of fun, and that was kind of randomness. And now we can officially stop our podcast and let you guys hang out until next month, right? Thanks for tuning in. Yes. All of our show notes will be at the Weasley Sisters podcast.wordpress.com, and you can find links to everything that we've talked about.
Yep.
So, yeah. And we will see you guys next month. Bye.
Bye.